I got 3 baby daddies. One is dead, one is in prison for life, and one is a deadbeat. That second one that's in there for life, he gave me a lot of problems, but he probably was the most solid I ever met. When we first got together, he told me, I don't know how to be a good boyfriend, but if you locked in with me, I'll never say you. True statement. They had a baby on me and everything. But the point of the story is, no matter what we went through, when I heard that he was having a baby, the second baby daddy with a friend that I thought was mine, a friend of mine, I didn't want to have nothing else to do, absolutely nothing. And he wouldn't give up. He wasn't buying, he wasn't seeing this baby because I was mad and none of that.
Let me see if I understand this. You say, hey, I want a gangbanger, jail thug, the type of, and I don't like to call them men because they're not men, they're boys, the type of boys that don't mind serving time and all that. I want them to be my baby daddies, not once, twice, 3 times, and I'm willing to bet there'll be 4 down the future. And then you're just absolutely in shock because they can't keep loyalty. Okay.
How do you end up with 3 baby daddies?
I learned in 6th grade how to end up with 1 baby daddy. Hey, I learned it in a class, okay? I learned it in class, 6th grade.
First baby daddy, young and dumb. I was 19 when I got pregnant, 20 when I had her. We were young and dumb. That's the only explanation I have for that. We thought we were invincible. We were teenagers. We were never going to get pregnant until we did. 2, I married this man. Okay, that man was my husband. Most people don't get married to get divorced. You know what I'm saying? So I thought, keyword thought, that man was my forever. Okay, so yeah, I had some babies with him.
Notice she said babies plural, fam.
You know what I'm saying? Turns out he was not my forever, unfortunately. So we divorced, okay? I am now remarried a couple years later, and I am currently 19 weeks pregnant. Why? Because me and my current husband wanted one final baby to complete our family. So therefore, I have 3 baby daddies.
Now this will probably break up too. You know why? Because I'm just being honest. I'm thinking of the personality. Not that there aren't great guys out there that can truly handle this, but in general, if I'm a betting person, this relationship will not work out. Think of the personality of the type of man that says, hey, I understand you have 1 baby daddy because you have a kid out of total carelessness. I understand you have a second father with multiple kids because she said baby. So she got multiple kids out of that person. And I'm happy to be the third. I'm just trying to think of the personality of a guy that would be attracted to that. Don't come after. Well, I mean, feel free to. It's social media, okay? And I don't block comments, okay? So I'm just trying to think of the personality of someone who would be attracted to a woman that either is highly insecure and is unable to really recognize, this is the type of person you want to have their DNA in your kids, or this is not the type of DNA I want. And so far, we're batting 0 out of 2 here. Of course, the title of this video is Women with 3 Baby Daddies. So I'm just thinking of the personality and the perhaps lack of strength in a man that goes, yes, I will accept you with 2 baby daddies, not out of wedlock, widowhood, not, something totally out of the woman's control. No, this is just, I think some women just like being pregnant. I think some women like being pregnant and the feel of a new relationship. And then they just simply psychologically move on. Because what is it that they say? In every single divorce, there's one common factor, you. And I've been divorced once, so I have to own that too. But I've not been divorced 3 times with 3 baby daddies. That's the big one to me.
That's how that happened.
And y'all are 3 baby daddies deep. You got 3 baby daddies talking about I want to do with 6 figures. He not looking for that. I got the pick of the litter.
Yeah, for sure.
Why would I even? You got 3 baby daddies. Lamont, DeAndre, Quantavious. What are we doing?
How many kids do you?
And that is something you see on shows, these women that, and I hate to say, used up, but, I guess on social media terms, that's kind of the word that they use. I don't know, I'd probably feel a little used up by then too, but I digress. And they're looking for a 6-figure guy. That's like a guy saying, you know what, I got all these baby mamas and I'm looking for a really educated woman who makes good money and she got a retirement plan. She got no debt. In other words, I'm looking for a top quality woman, not necessarily rich, but I'm looking for a top quality woman. You're probably not going to find it. I mean, even at my age of 59, if you tell me at 59 you're still paying massive child support, I might have a little problem there. Not because you're paying child support. You do you, boo. Okay. But I'm just doing the mathematical age. And we're not talking like the kid is in college and you're still, you're making payments towards that. It's like, no, I'm 59 years old and I have a 3-year-old. Okay. Okay. I gotcha. I gotcha. All right. This is the TV show. What is it? Pop That Balloon. And the caption says, and they be the main ones entitled to. All right. I think it's from this. I think it's called Pop That Balloon. It's a dating show.
I got 3.
You got 3?
Yep, I have 3.
You got 3?
The guy is asking a line of women how many baby daddies they have.
3 baby daddies.
Yes.
Okay. How many kids you have?
I have 2.
How many baby daddies?
2.
2? Okay. So you didn't think after the first one that you wanted to marry the next one?
No.
No? How many kids
your
you
preference.
have?
I have 3.
You have
25,
3?
18, and 12.
Okay. How many baby daddies?
2.
2. Okay. But I just want you to understand, when it comes to a man of top tier, we give you a few from one man. If you have multiple from a different man, that disqualifies you.
It devalues the woman when you go through multiple men and have multiple baby daddies. We don't want to deal with that. If you got 3 kids and 3 baby daddies, it's like, damn, your decision-making skills are horrible.
And let's be fair, okay? It's not just picking on the women. It's the same thing from a woman to a man. If I look at a man and you tell me, I don't care what age you are, you tell me you've got really, more than probably one woman with kids, you tell me you got 2. And again, we're not talking out of death or something really tragic like that, but we're just talking, no, I got this woman pregnant and I got that woman pregnant. And, well, clearly I can't get pregnant at this age. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Actually, I had hysterectomy at 27. No secret there. So I've never been pregnant, but it's just the whole idea. I understand it goes in reverse too, but I think the reason it's a little bit, maybe a lot more critical on women is because ultimately a woman decides whether or not she's going to give birth. I'm not going to go through the politics of that. I don't care to bring that on my channel, but it's just ultimately the woman decides, hey, am I going to give birth to 4, 5, 6, 7 kids? Am I going to give birth to all these kids with all these fathers? And I can tell you, being adopted and already being born by parents who can't, parent, it does not make you a parent because you knock out a kid. It makes you a parent because you raise them. Okay. But being born, of course, it's during the Vietnam War, to people that could not take care of me. All right. Draw your own conclusions there. I just think women have a responsibility, even one level up from what men have. I know it probably sounds somewhat sexist. I'm not trying to make it sound sexist, but come on, women, we got to think smarter. Okay. We have to think smarter in this area. Not saying you have to abstain, but what I am saying, you got to think smarter.
There's not enough time to answer this question. Short version is my oldest, who is 12. I was with her dad for a couple of years. He was very mentally abusive, verbally abusive, at moments physically abusive. I finally left. My second baby daddy, I had 2 children with and was married to. He got domestic in front of my children. I left that day and never went back. I don't do that. And then my third baby daddy, we were just friends with benefits. We are still really good friends. And honestly, I know if I needed him, he would be there for me no matter what.
No, he's not there for you no matter what. He was an FWB. You can't say, oh, we were just friends, but he's there for me no matter what. No, he's not. No, he's not there. See, we got to stop fooling ourselves. Oh, they're there for me all the time. Really? Seriously. And that's why they didn't marry you. Well, I didn't want to marry him either. Okay, so you can't say that it's a mess, guys. It's a mess. See how complicated it gets? And women, we do so much sometimes to convince ourselves that, oh, yes, this is really working out. Okay.
We just never dated. There's reasons to that. And
so all these men that she's had, and I can say all these, when you hit 3, it's all these. Okay. 1, no. 2, it's borderline. But by the time you hit 3, this is your lifestyle. This is how you live. These are the type of men you pick. That's the bottom line. And what is it? She just sounds like, what is every guy this woman has DV in his history? You didn't know that before? And how is it that just by chance you pick multiple men that are like that? And I understand, people go, well, there are studies out there that show that, if you come from this type of family, you might pick this type of guy, yada, yada, got it. But there comes a point where we're also adults and we have to make up our own mind. We have to make up our own decisions. So I have to sometimes question, oh, gee, this guy was good enough to lay down with and have a kid with. But all of a sudden, as soon as the kid arrives, oh, yeah, it's just horrible and awful. Sure.
And yeah, I'm not going into it. But yeah, at least I know he's still my friend, and if I needed anything, he would be there.
But he's not there right now.
She saw a random $50,000 deposit and called to verify what the money was for.
The baby mama sees a $50,000 deposit. Yeah, you know where this is going.
Apparently, her baby daddy's mom passed away, and he was the beneficiary on the life insurance. The state took the money for back child support. Look at the screenshots. She has like this in Georgia, and you can see he's supposed to be paying $780 a month. Look how much he is behind, $52,000. And she want look at that, a deposit for 50. Man, now I'm reading through the comments, and the men like, yo, I would crash the out. And honestly, I feel like that's justified. But at the same time, for you to be $52,000 behind in child support and your monthly payment is $781, don't worry, I already did the math. That means you hadn't paid child support in almost 6 years. What